Alright guys, Karen Miller here again, coming to you from New York City. Today I wanted to make some mango sorbet because it is so hot. And summertime, so ice cream sorbet. So what I wanted to do was mango basil sorbet because I think basil goes very well with the mangoes. So I have 3 mangoes here that I peeled and put in this bowl, and I wanted to show you. I'm going to use 4 mangoes. How I do this, I mean, this is kind of foreign to me, cutting a mango with a knife, because as a Caribbean girl I never cut mangoes. We just held the mango and bit into it and tear it apart. We didn't cut mangoes, but I see people doing this here when they make the salsa, and they do this kind of thing and bend it like this. So I'm going to do this. Right, so you do this, right? I'm just going to show you the other one, like this, and you do this, and then you slice it off. Right, and then there's more pulp in there to slice off, but I just wanted to show you quickly. And then this, we are left with this, and the mangoes have a huge seed in the middle there. So then you could just cut off the sides like that, and then cut off the other side, and then you peel it off like this. See, you peel it off like this and remove as much pulp as you can from the skin. And then you have the bottom part here. You just cut that, and you could just eat it while you're preparing it, because this is what I'm going to do. And then you just slice this off here. You have some pulp, you see, we're getting down to the seed. And this mango is very juicy. This is mango season. Mangoes everywhere in my neighborhood. The Bangladesh stores, I mean, they're just filled with mangoes everywhere. So I said, why not? Let's do some mango sorbet. So that's it. I just wanted to show you. So I have 4 mangoes here, like that size that I showed you. So I'm going to show you the next step. So let's go to the stove. So remember I said I'm going to do a mango basil sorbet. So here I infused this water here with the basil. So how much basil? I mean, I cannot tell you 2 cups or 3 cups, because you're not going to be chopping it up. It's going to be like, I don't know, like a big bunch of basil like this. Like a big bunch like that. And you put it in about a cup of water to infuse, because what I'm trying to do is I'm going to do a simple syrup. I'm sure many of you know what a simple syrup is. I mean, back in the day, to make a simple syrup, you did equal parts of water and sugar, so that it's a sweetener, so that if you're making, I don't know, cocktails or something like that, because the sugar is hard to dissolve, so you do a simple syrup. So this is the idea here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strain this, because I pour boiling water over the basil. This is what I did, and I covered it and let it sit. I did not boil this. I infused it. So this is what you do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to strain this out, and then I'm going to add 3/4 cups of agave syrup. We're not using sugar, so we don't need to melt the sugar in this infused liquid here. So we're just going to mix the agave into this, and we have our simple syrup, and this is what I'm going to put into my ice cream maker using the paddle for sorbets to make my sorbet. All right. So I have my basil infused liquid here. This is 1 cup. I'm going to do 1.5 cups. And I'm going to do, because the mangoes are very sweet. You see, you have to decide, you know, it's based on the mango that you have. The mangoes that I have here, they're very ripe and very sweet. So depending on how sweet the mangoes are, you may have to use a little bit more. But I think I'm only going to use about 1/2 cup of agave syrup because the mangoes are sweet, number 1. Number 2, agave is very sweet and I don't want to use too much of it. So I think I need a little more for 1/2 cup. I'm going to mix this in. I have this over the heat. I just want this to melt a little bit. You don't need to melt anything. So this is about 1/2 cup. So I'm going to mix this in. So we're gonna stir this in. Oh, I forgot my wooden spoons. I bought some wooden spoons the other day. People tell me that I should use wooden spoons. I did buy some wooden spoons the other day at TJ Maxx. I got like a whole packet of wooden spoons and I don't know, paddles, whatever, for like $3.99. So this is already melting. So this is your simple syrup, you know. That's all it is. That's all it is. So I'm going to let this cool. I'm going to let this come to room temperature or put it in the refrigerator or freezer if you're busy, to let it cool, and then we're going to go to the ice cream maker and start doing our sorbet. So guys, this is your simple syrup here with the agave and the infused, the liquid infused with basil. I'm going to zest also some lime. So I have this zester here, and this is the zester that gives you the curls. You see, like this. This is a key lime, so it's very tiny, so I cannot have much of a grip on it, but I'm trying. You see, I'm going to zest the whole lime. There are other kinds of zesters. Let me show you another one that I have. This is also a zester, but it's not going to give you those strips, the long strips. This here is going to give you some long strips like this, some curls like this. See, some curls. All right, I think this is good. This lime is so small. Anyway, this is good. So I'm going to set up my my ice cream maker now, and we're going to pour the mangoes and this in and get it turning. Okay, so guys, I started my ice cream maker, which I have a paddle for sorbets. I'm almost done putting in my mango, and now I'm going to put in my liquid. I'm going to pour in my liquid. And and it's going to start freezing very soon. Get these pieces in there. So when this starts freezing up and the mango slices have been broken up a little bit more, I'm gonna get back to you. So guys, this has been going now for about 15 minutes and we have about 8 more minutes to go because this takes about 25 minutes, but this is fine. I could put it in my container and put it in the freezer and it's going to be fine. So you see the mango pieces, it has broken up and this is totally smooth, and I tasted it. Oh my god, basil and mango really go together. It's so delicious. It's out of this world. Mango, basil, and some lime zest. So you see the texture of this. I could stop this machine right now and it's gonna be fine. Put it in the freezer for about an hour and it's gonna be fine, but I'm gonna let it go for another 8 minutes and then come back and put it in the container. So guys, I removed the paddle and I'm now removing the sorbet from the paddle, and this is so delicious, this mango basil. I think mangoes and basil were made for each other. It's so delicious. So now I'm going to scoop this out and put it in my container, which I have here, and put it in the freezer. And this should be ready in an hour. So I'm going to scoop all of this out, put it in the freezer, and then I'm going to show you. I'm going to put it in my bowl and present, right? So I'll see you in an hour. So guys, here is our sorbet, our mango basil sorbet. This was in the freezer for about an hour and a half, and I'm going to now scoop this out. And I have my little bowl here where I put some already. Remove this. So some of you have been asking me when I did the ice cream about not having an ice cream maker. Because this is a sorbet, you don't need an ice cream maker. You could just puree this in your food processor and then put it in your freezer, which you would need more time. It would take more than an hour and a half or an hour. All right. So I'm going to pile this up. This is really hard, by the way. It got really hard. All right. And then I'm going to put a little bit of lime zest on the top. All right, and I don't know, I have some basil here. I just wanted to stick some basil in there so that, you know, this has basil in it. But this basil is not cooperating. But I don't know, maybe I could just stick a little piece here. Right? That looks cute. So folks, you really need to try this. I think this is exotic. I mean, mango basil. I just thought that this would really make a good combination, and I think it turned out really well. I tasted it and it's wonderful. So do this over the summer. It's really hot. If you have children, you really should be doing this instead of buying the stuff in the store. It's not that hard to make. So do it, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care, guys. Bye.